Hello guys, here we have a Ford Transit 2-litre TDCi Ecoblue engine, and we're going to be replacing the timing belt on this vehicle. Now these engines run with a wet belt, and it's behind this cover, as you can see, and it is a bit difficult as you've got to take off the sump as well to remove the oil pump and then replace the oil pump belt, clean up the oil pump strain as well. So we've just started, and the best way when doing this is if you take off the driver's side front headlight. This is for the front wheel drive, by the way, and there's a few coolant hoses that go in between here. As you can see, we're preparing to take off the engine mount. We've taken off the sump, oil pump is in there. We'll be giving that a good clean just in case it's caught up anything, and we 100% advise you to get these done before the belt snaps, because when the belt snaps you've got to take off the head, and with these engines taking the injectors out is the biggest nightmare apart from anything else. We've had two issues with these engines where we've had to call out a specialist engineer to take out the injectors because they were so seized that without the specialist tool it's impossible for us to take out the injectors and carry on with the job. So we 100% advise you to get this done at the routine interval whenever it is. I'll check inside and I'll let you know. So customer didn't want to risk anything like that, belt failing and then causing engine damage and causing 4 or 5 times the cost of what this timing belt will cost today. So we're going to go ahead and take off the rest of the engine mount, a few ancillaries around it like the power steering pump, move it to the side a bit, and take off the fan belt, crank pulley, prepare to take off the cover to inspect the belt. Okay, so as you can see, we're prepared to take the cover off, taking off most of the bolts. As I said, push the power steering pump out of the way. And now, when taking this crank pulley off, you have to take it off in a method like so. Some people put the lever in between, and I've seen vans, the same van, which have had the same job done, damaged crank pulley, cracked the crank pulley somewhere. So be careful when taking off this crank pulley, as it is very difficult to take off, and I'll advise that you use a puller of some sort to take this pulley off without damaging anything. As you can see, pulley is now free, and we'll be able to take it out once the bolt is removed as well. And that's our crank pulley removed without anything being damaged or cracked. Okay, so as you can see, oil pump belt is out, tensioner, timing belt, and as you can see, the customer is indeed very lucky because the timing belt was slowly on its way out. As you can see in between here as well. So we're changing at the correct interval, not risking anything. So yeah, you're gonna go ahead. We've taken off. I'm gonna give it a nice clean around here, get it ready, clean it up, prepare to put the new belt on, and yeah, take it from there. Okay, as you can see, we've got the oil pump off. And the reason we take this off, as you can see in the strainer, the debris that's caught up. So we're going to remove that, clean it up, and put it back on, so that oil can travel freely, not get caught up. We don't want oil pressure to drop, causing engine failures, turbo failures. So we're going to clean it to prevent it from happening.
Okay, as you can see, we've taken off the strainer, given it a nice clean. Only small 1 or 2 bits, but we'll take them out as well. But majority of it is gone, as you can see. Now we're just gonna clean up the oil pump as well whilst we're at it. Okay, as you can see, we've had to take the sump off to get access to the oil pump and oil pump belt. So we've cleaned up the sump inside, cleaned up all the sealant around it, getting it ready for when we put it on. And here's the oil pump we've cleaned up, made sure that it's picking up oil correctly, everything's good. That's nice and shiny, ready to be put on as well. Now we're just working on taking the cover off, replacing the cam belt and taking it from there. Okay, as you can see, new timing belt is on, new tensioner. Now we're just going to take the pins out, rotate the engine, make sure it comes to timing again. And once everything is good, we'll put the oil pump belt on as well, close off the cover and put it back in reverse order. Okay, so we've rotated it and the camshaft's got to turn 7 times for it to line up with the mark here. As you can see, once the mark here lines up and the top 2 cams line up into its place here, this will be, the engine will be at top dead center. So this is the timing. But as I said, you've got to rotate it 7 times to make sure the 2 come to the correct stage. Okay, as you can see, we'll put the oil pump on and the oil pump belt. Torque the oil pump down to spec. Everything underneath is ready. All we've got to do is now just seal off the sump, put the bolts on and wait for it to dry, and then we can carry on with the timing chain cover. And here we've got our new timing chain cover from Ford. They're also kind enough to send new bolts with it as well. It comes with a new seal on it, and here it has the part numbers. Also here as well. So yeah, all we've got left is to put that cover on now. Okay, so as you can see, we've put our new timing belt cover on, and we've put our sump back on as well, sealed it nicely. See, now we'll just be putting the engine mounting back and crank pulley, etc., and closing it back up. Okay, as you can see, we finished it off, tied up the turbo intake pipe, a few of the coolant pipes that were out. Now it's ready to start up. As you can see, it started up running nicely. We're going to keep it running, make sure, check that there's no leaks, everything is running well. Coolant fan kicks in. Now the only thing that's left is for us to put the headlight in and the screen wash pipe. Once we've closed that off and we've checked everything, it's all good to go, we'll be ready to hand it over to the customer.